What's up, guys? You're welcome along to this Anfield Agenda Champions League draw reaction. And as I'm sure you know by now, Liverpool have been drawn to take on Real Madrid, Carlo Ancelotti's Galacticos, in the last 16 of the Champions League. The first leg will, of course, be at Anfield, with the second leg being at the Santiago Bernabeu. And look, I'm not going to speak about revenge. I'm not going to speak about any of the things that have probably got me into trouble before. But I am going to say it's a very, very difficult draw. And I'm going to be very respectful of the current reigning European champions. We can get through the tie, but it is not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. I'm going to take you through the rest of the draw in its entirety as well. As I start to record this video, we still don't yet know the exact dates of the ties, but what we do know is Liverpool, having come second in their group, will be at home in the first leg, and the second leg will be over in Madrid. Quickly, let's just run through the rest of the draw before I come back and give you my take on how I think that we can get past Carlo Ancelotti's men and into the quarterfinals. So let's start off with it's Leipzig and Manchester City. You would have to say, if you're Manchester City right now, sitting back and looking at this draw, you're very happy because some of the favourites, or some of the bookies' favourites anyway, have been drawn against each other elsewhere in the draw, meaning that of the four big clubs that Manchester City probably think of as genuine rivals for the title, two of them are going out in this round. So not too bad if you are a Manchester City fan. If you're a Leipzig fan, probably not the draw that you wanted, but you'd have to back Manchester City to go through in that tie. The next one is Club Brugge against Benfica, and that's an intriguing tie. Two teams that probably punched above their weight, certainly from Benfica's standpoint, finishing top of a group that had PSG in it. We'll see them, of course, at home in the second leg. First leg taking place against Bruges over in Belgium. Bruges, of course, Simon Mignolet's current club, so interesting tie there. The next one is Liverpool-Real Madrid, which, of course, I'll get back to in a moment. Then it's AC Milan against Tottenham, and that's going to be a rather intriguing tie. Milan, probably to me, just favourites in that tie, but I do think it's more or less a 50-50 tie. I'd probably just edge towards AC Milan, but the second leg will be at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, so maybe that'll swing it back in Spurs' favour. That's going to be a very, very interesting tie. Too close to call, but as I said, I think I'll just edge with AC Milan in that one. Frankfurt-Napoli could be fireworks, and by that I mean there could be goals all over the place in that tie. Again, Napoli deserving of a place in the last 16 from topping our group. They will be at home in the second leg. Frankfurt, obviously last season's Europa League winner, so that's going to be a rather interesting tie in its own, but for me, I think Napoli will go through over the two legs. Then comes an intriguing one. Dortmund against Chelsea. Will we see Jude Bellingham go and knock out Chelsea and hopefully stick a dagger through their hearts? I certainly hope so. But again, it's a very, very close tie, that one. Second leg will be at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea's form as of late has been a little bit all over the place, to be honest with you, but I think they'll probably have too much class in the end for Dortmund, but I'm not going to say it's going to be a walk in the park. Far from it. I think it'll be the second leg at Stamford Bridge that may be the difference maker there again. Then we move to another intriguing tie. Inter Milan against Porto. Porto obviously just free scoring in their Champions League group as well. Winning the group, which of course means they will be at home in the second leg. But Inter Milan, I watched them yesterday taking on Juventus in Serie A, and they weren't great. Juventus, obviously a team that aren't in form, put them to the sword pretty much and could have scored many more as they beat them last night. So I'm going to go for a shock Porto win in that one. I know it's probably not going to be something many of you agree with, but I think I'm going to go for a Porto win. And the last tie is, as I was saying earlier on, if you're a Manchester City fan, one that you would be happy coming out because it sees PSG taking on Bayern Munich. PSG thought they were going to top their group, but a really late show from João Mario, I think it was, with the sixth goal for Benfica meant Benfica actually topped that group, and that's what leaves PSG in this position. Now, will any team with Neymar, Mbappe and Messi in it be fearful of anyone? Probably not. But you'd have to say, with the second leg being in Munich and the fact that Bayern, to me, look a far more cohesive unit, add into that, of course, the young players that Bayern Munich have at their disposal with plenty of speed and pace, the goals of Sadio Mane as well, I think that Bayern Munich are going to knock out PSG. That's what I think in that one. So let me know if you agree or disagree with those rough selections that I went through. But now I'm going to circle all the way back, of course, to our tie with Carlo Ancelotti and Real Madrid. It is a huge factor for me that the second leg is in Madrid. We knew that this was going to be the case when we finished runners-up in the group, that we would be away for the second leg. But just look at last year. Just look at the games, actually, over the past couple of seasons that Madrid have managed to pull out of the bag. They've beat PSG, they've beaten Chelsea, they've beaten Manchester City, and of course then they went and beat us in the final. They are a team that deserve to be feared, a team that deserve to be respected, and a team that have added to their ranks, bringing in the likes of Arlie and Tchouaméni, and of course they've got Camavinga there as well. And this could be the Jude Bellingham derby. This could be the decider, perhaps, maybe, a little bit, just a little. No, you're right. He's coming to Liverpool. Don't be silly, Craig. He's certainly come to Liverpool. So look, yeah, I don't know how to feel yet about it. I'm excited by the prospect of the tie. The Anfield Agenda team, actually, all of us will be headed over for that game at Anfield. So very much looking forward to it, because it's been the longest time since we've been over there. And I am going to try and do a meetup while we're over in the city of Liverpool. Loads of people keep asking me, are we ever going to do a meetup? This seems like the perfect time. We're going to be over there for 2 nights. So on the second night, the non-match night, we will probably arrange a meetup somewhere. So do stay tuned to our regular nightly streams over on Twitch, because I will be able to give you guys more details. We'll sit down and chat with a few sponsors, see if there's something we can pull together a bit more dramatic. But worst case scenario, we will arrange a meetup, so keep your eyes peeled and I'll let you know exactly the dates and stuff and the venue for that. But look, for me, we need to be in a better position squad-wise after Christmas. This tie will be played in February, so Liverpool need to try and make sure that we have Thiago fit, that we have players that come back from the World Cup that don't have any injuries, and if needs be, maybe rest up a few players, try and manage the squad, because this is huge. This is a really, really big game in our season. We know that the league title's out the window at this point for Liverpool. It looks like a shootout between Arsenal and Manchester City, and for us, we need to try and find our way back up that league table. It was a great victory over Spurs that puts us in a decent position. We need to follow that up with a victory over Southampton at the weekend. That game, by the way, will probably be Ralph Hasenhüttl's last in charge. It's a strange situation, as I understand it right now. He's getting the sack, but I don't know exactly when. So maybe he'll be there, maybe he won't. But either way, we need to get those 3 points. Then get through the busy, obviously, World Cup period and the new year, and hopefully we could have a new player or two in the squad as well. It's important I point that out. With these taking place in February, there's every opportunity that Liverpool could go into the market in January to strengthen up before this tie. Now, I know that you're all going to ask me about the FSG putting Liverpool up for sale stuff. I want to say to you, I will be putting out a video on that tonight at about 8:30, so do keep an eye out for it dropping on the channel. I just wanted to quickly jump on and do a reaction to the Champions League draw while it was relatively fresh in everyone's mind. So yeah, keep an eye out tonight. I'll record that. It should be at about 8:30. As always, I thank you for your time. Do let me know your thoughts on the draw in the comment section. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.